Welcome to Hero Villains. Today's battle is between Dr. Fate versus General Zod, who is stronger and who is the winner. Dr. Fate is one of the most powerful magicians in DC Comics, representing order and magic. This title is often associated with Kent Nelson, who wears the magical hat of Nabu, the high-level magic entity. Possessing almost limitless magic, Dr. Fate can manipulate reality, travel through space-time, summon mystical entities, and even become immortal when wearing the hat. He also has the power of telepathy, control of matter, and create almost impenetrable magical shields. General Zod is a great warrior of the planet Krypton, once a general of the Kryptonian army. After being banished from Krypton, he came to Earth and possessed the same powers as Superman by absorbing yellow solar radiation. Zod has superhuman strength, incredible speed, flight, heat rays from his eyes, icy breath, and heightened senses. What makes him even more dangerous is his talent for fighting, military tactics, and ruthless psychology. Before we dive into the analysis, please hit the subscribe button and remember to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thank you very much. Dr. Fate is one of the most powerful wizards in the DC universe thanks to the Helm of Nabu, an ancient magical artifact imbued with the wisdom and power of the eponymous god. When wearing the helmet, he can tap into a near-limitless supply of magic, allowing him to manipulate reality, control the elements, teleport, and create impenetrable defensive shields. Dr. Fate also possesses telepathic abilities, allowing him to link his mind with other beings and understand their thoughts. One of his most formidable abilities is his clairvoyance, which allows him to see into the future, predict his enemies' moves, and devise optimal strategies in battle. Dr. Fate is more than just a wizard. He is the embodiment of eternal order and magic. Fate has overcome challenges that not everyone can face. He has overcome the curse, wielded the power of Nabu and the Lords of Order, entities capable of destroying the sphere of the gods, one of the most powerful realms in the DC universe. Even entities weaker than the Presence, the all-powerful being of the DC universe, can destroy the sphere of the gods, while Fate has confronted and damaged the Upside Down Man, a transcendent entity that is among the most powerful in the magical world. That proves that Fate is not just a magician, but also an entity with powers that go beyond the normal rules of reality. Meanwhile, General Zod, an elite Kryptonian, possesses powers comparable to Superman when exposed to the yellow sun. Not only does Zod have super strength, super speed, and the ability to fly, he is also a ruthless warrior with sophisticated tactics. His eyes emit powerful heat rays, his super senses help him detect any threat in the blink of an eye. As an excellent military leader, General Zod was not an ordinary warrior from birth. He was raised in the Warrior Guild on Krypton, a place where only the strongest and most resilient individuals could survive. But Zod not only survived, he rose to become the best, the one who was entrusted with the responsibility of leading the entire military force of Krypton. When he arrived on Earth, Zod quickly adapted to his new environment. The Golden Sun gave him powers equal to and sometimes even surpassed Superman. But, unlike Kal-El, Zod did not rely on pure strength alone. He had military intelligence, sophisticated tactics, and rich combat experience, helping him make the most of his abilities in every battle. Zod is the ultimate warrior, Fate is the ultimate magician. One is the embodiment of absolute power, the other is the embodiment of infinite magic. Zod charged at supersonic speed, creating a terrifying shockwave as he accelerated. In the blink of an eye, he threw a punch so powerful it could tear apart a sturdy building. But Dr. Fate was no pushover. With his superhuman reflexes and limitless magical power, he instantly created a giant magical shield absorbing most of the impact. However, Zod's brute force was enough to shake the space around him, creating a shockwave that destroyed everything nearby. Dr. Fate quickly teleported to avoid the next blow, appearing at a safe distance in the air. He raised his hands to chant, creating glowing magic circles, preparing to counterattack. But Zod did not give him time. With his rich combat experience, he immediately adjusted his trajectory, turning in mid-air and charging straight at Fate with a series of rapid attacks. Zod combined his physical strength with the heat rays from his eyes, firing red beams of energy that burned the surrounding space. If Dr. Fate was even a moment too careless, he could be hit and stunned by the destructive power. The battle between magic and pure strength was becoming increasingly intense, as both sought to overwhelm their opponents. Realizing that it was futile to confront Zod's physical strength directly, Dr. Fate quickly changed tactics. Instead of continuing to dodge and defend, he raised his hand and chanted an ancient incantation. Magical symbols immediately glowed around Zod, forming chains of glowing yellow energy that tightened around him. Their power was not simply a physical bond, but also affected the surrounding reality, slowing his every move. Zod roared in anger, gathering strength to break the chains, but realized that the more he struggled, the tighter the chains tightened. Dr. Fate raised his hand and drew a magic circle in the air, and immediately the space around Zod began to twist and distort as if reality itself was betraying him. Zod tried to fly away to escape his confinement, but every direction he moved led to an endless maze of illusions. Dr. Fate, with a calm but authoritative voice, whispered a final incantation. A magical portal opened under Zod's feet, pulling him into another dimension. If he could not break this spell, Zod would be trapped forever, helpless against the limitless power of magic. Dr. Fate knew that there was only one way to stop Zod: to banish him into the Phantom Zone. With a wave of his hand, giant magic circles appeared around Zod, swirling like a supernatural vortex. At the same time, Fate began to manipulate reality, transforming the environment around him, blocking out the light of the yellow sun, Zod's main source of power. As the light faded, Zod's power also decreased significantly. His punches no longer had enough force to tear through space. But Zod was not easily subdued. Before Fate could complete the sealing ritual, he roared in anger and used all his remaining strength to charge forward at supersonic speed. Taking advantage of a moment when Fate was distracted, Zod threw a precise punch at the helm of Nabu, shattering it into pieces. Immediately, Fate's magical power decreased significantly. The magic circles around Zod weakened and then disappeared. Not giving Fate a chance to chant, Zod continued to attack. A powerful heat beam from his eyes shot straight into the mage's chest, knocking him away. Fate tried to get up, but it was too late. Zod rushed in with one last punch, powerful and merciless. When his fist landed, there was a terrible shockwave. The whole space shook. Superman was a powerful warrior, but he had never been trained in martial arts, which made him less flexible in combat. On the other hand, General Zod, a veteran of Krypton, was built as a natural warrior, easily adapting to the power granted by the yellow sun. However, Zod mastered this power much faster than Kal-El, who was also a Kryptonian. As for Dr. Fate, he was a great magician, but the essence of his power came from a supernatural entity. Nabu, the Lord of Order. The magic helmet of Nabu not only provided immense magical power, but also connected the hosts to magical knowledge and wisdom. However, not all Dr. Fates were equal. Their abilities depended on the host's knowledge, ability, and understanding of magic. Some were weaker or less experienced than their predecessors. Regardless of who carries the title Dr. Fate, he is still considered the most powerful wizard on Earth. Please subscribe to the channel, it will help us a lot, and moreover, you will see great videos every day. You are the best, thank you very much. Could the power provided by Nabu defeat Superman if wielded by a sufficiently intelligent and strong-willed individual? And to that I say, yes, absolutely, 100%. A true champion in the persona of Dr. Fate is capable of feats that surpass even Superman's most powerful feats in the Silver Age of comics. Dr. Fate at his peak was able to briefly challenge the Spectre, who is still far beyond Superman's ability to deal with. Nabu, the Lord of Order and protege of Dr. Fate, is even closer in power to the Spectre. Dr. Fate has never defeated the Spectre, but the number of beings in the universe who can hold their own against an enraged Spectre for more than a few minutes is a chillingly short list, and a powerful Dr. Fate is among them. Superman has yet to earn a place as far as I know. As the Man of Steel is taller than humanity, the Spectre is also taller than him. Dr. Fate's powers are not always stable, but depend on Nabu's influence, the host's mental strength, and magical skills. Some hosts can use Fate's power with great skill, but weaker hosts have difficulty fully harnessing it. In the case of an incompetent host, Dr. Fate can be easily defeated by Superman. With his superior physical strength, Superman can break through weak protective shields and repel uncontrolled magical attacks. This is best demonstrated when Brutal, a brutal version of Superman, nearly beheaded Khaled, Dr. Fate's successor on Earth 2. Although Khaled is only a young student of Kent Nelson and does not have the same level of experience as his predecessor, he still shows considerable magical defense. Even when repeatedly attacked, he can still maintain protective shields for a certain period of time. This suggests that while Dr. Fate's powers may wane depending on the host, an experienced helm wielder would be a formidable challenge even for Superman. Dr. Fate is not a vigilante with a few energy blasts and fancy gadgets in his arsenal, nor should he be portrayed as such. He is a magi with near unparalleled skill, timeless wisdom, cunning, and a nearly inaccessible pocket dimension with some of the most powerful artifacts in the multiverse. He wouldn't resort to summoning balefire or mystical lightning to burn Clark's hair off. He would be elusive and cunning, fighting from a distant universe. He could summon strange creatures to occupy Superman while holed up in his tower, planning his next move dozens of times. He can look into the past and study Superman's most dangerous exploits, note which plots have proven effective against the mighty Kryptonians, and think of ways to improve or tweak them. In my personal opinion, Zod has the advantage in one-on-one battles thanks to his superior fighting ability. However, if the Avengers work together, Thor and Hulk will definitely defeat him. In single battles, Zod can defeat heroes like Iron Man, Black Widow, Captain America, and Hawkeye due to his superior strength. However, when facing more powerful warriors, he will have a hard time. Compared to Thor, Zod has not yet fully mastered his Kryptonian powers, but he is a skilled warrior and tactician. However, Thor is also a veteran warrior, possessing godlike strength, extensive battle experience, and powerful weapons like Mjolnir or Stormbreaker. Therefore, in a direct battle, Thor can defeat Zod thanks to both his superior physical strength and fighting skills. When compared to the Hulk, Zod has the advantage of speed and heat vision, which can cause major problems for the Hulk. However, if the fight is prolonged and close range, the Hulk will have a clear advantage. The angrier the Hulk gets, the stronger he gets, and an experienced Hulk can easily defeat Zod in most confrontations. In combat, Zod possesses superior durability, speed, and agility to the Hulk. With his physical advantage and skillful fighting skills, Zod can launch attacks with terrible power, making the Hulk unable to withstand long before being defeated. In fact, Zod is stronger than anyone the Hulk has faced in the MCU. Previously, Hulk was punched out by the Hulkbuster and defeated. Thanos also easily defeated the Hulk with just a few punches, without using the Infinity Gauntlet. Meanwhile, Zod possesses physical strength far beyond that of Thanos and the Hulkbuster, making his attacks extremely overwhelming. In a direct confrontation, Dr. Fate has a clear advantage over General Zod, as magic is a major weakness of the Kryptonians. Although Zod possesses formidable physical strength, Dr. Fate can use magic to bind, seal, or manipulate reality, preventing him from fully utilizing his combat capabilities. Although Zod has superior speed and strength in close combat, Dr. Fate has many ways to neutralize him. With the ability to teleport, Fate can easily dodge Zod's attacks. In addition, using magic to slow down or block Zod will make it very difficult for him to approach his opponent. Dr. Fate summons Nabu to intervene. Zod's chances of winning are almost zero. Nabu is a powerful entity belonging to the Lord of Order, and if Fate uses his full power, Zod will be completely overwhelmed. Dr. Fate has a much higher chance of winning than Zod. The victory will be overwhelmingly in Fate's favor. I hope you enjoyed this fight. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Follow me if you like. That's it for today's video. Thanks a lot.